Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you everything that I've made so far this year. If you haven't been here before, my name is Em. My channel is primarily about fiber arts. As you can see, I have a spinning wheel here and a sewing machine. Also, I pretty much do everything in the fiber arts world, from dyeing things to cross stitch and spinning my own yarn, sewing, all of those things. I also do a little bit of gardening. I have a community garden plot. I do grow food, but I also am growing some dye plants this year, which is really exciting. So let's get started. I'm gonna start with sewing and go through all of the things that I've sewn so far this year. So there's some things that I don't have with me because they're hanging on a wall, but I will insert some clips here. So the first thing that I sewed this year were some storage bags that I can hang on a ladder and then hang that on my wall. The ladder is from IKEA and it usually has like plant pots hanging on it, but I repurposed it and decided to hang some bags on there to store yarn and other crafty things. I also sewed some curtains. They're sheer curtains, so they still let in a lot of light and they give a nice soft glow to the room and they are really beautiful. I'm happy with how they turned out. The next thing that I sewed were some shorts. These are just like comfy bedtime shorts and I made them out of sheets, like flannel sheets. They're so comfortable. I wear them all the time, and I also made matching eye masks for them as well. By the way, a lot of these things I have filmed, I made videos about, so I will link all of the videos down below if you're interested in watching how I did some of these projects. I then made this patchwork bag right here. It has a pocket on the side, a little secret zipper pocket on the back, two zippers on the side there so it opens, and then I have two pockets on the inside as well. There's also a zipper right here in the front. It is a crossbody bag. I really love this bag. It holds so much and I'm so happy with how it turned out. I love the patchwork as well. I'm a big patchwork fan, and yeah, it's a good bag. Still really happy with it, still use it. It's good. And I also made this t-shirt. It's like a dark olive green. It turned out okay. I don't like the neckline. The neckline is way too wide. I like more of a crew neck neckline, so I don't wear this shirt too often. I really should, honestly, but I really want to make a new shirt. That's on my list of things to do. I really want to nail t-shirts because I wear them all the time and I think they would be a very useful thing to make. I also made this little patchwork bag. It's a little mini tote bag and it has two pockets on the inside that are also patchwork, and I use this to carry around my projects, like cross stitch projects or crochet projects if they're small enough, and it's perfect for that. The pockets inside hold all of the little bits that I have to go with those projects, and it's been working out really nice. And another clothing item that I made is something called a jinbei. It's like a Japanese summer lounge set. Here are the shorts. And this is the top. I'll insert some clips of what it looks like when I'm wearing it. It's super comfortable. It's a very light fabric. It's a seersucker, but it is 100% polyester, I think. But it's still nice and it's light and flowy, and I really, really like it. And then another thing I just recently sewed like last week is this little bag right here. It is another project bag that I keep my cross stitch in. I have a zipper up top. I have pockets right here, two of them, and it's currently holding some cross stitch at the moment. And then I made another bag that matches it. It's got a yellow zipper. I love the yellow zipper. And this one is holding all of my embroidery floss, and I just put this bag right in there and everything is contained, and then I can take my project with me. Now I'm going to dive into crochet. I'm more of a seasonal crocheter. I usually start in fall and go to about springtime, and then that's usually when gardening season kicks off and I get really busy with that, so I don't really have much time to crochet, but I have done a few things this year. I crocheted a little moon that is hanging on the ladder with the storage bag. That was super cute. I love the yarn that I used. I also made this orange shirt. It's like a button up, and you know, I haven't worn it at all. I'll put it on for you. I might make another one because the back is a little weird. It's a little too short and it looks kind of funny, but it does look good from the front and I like how it turned out. I used wooden buttons on it and I don't know, I think I would probably wear it open or just have like a couple buttons buttoned, but it's made with cotton, so it's really light and it's a really good transitional season shirt. And recently I made mittens out of nowhere. I spun up some yarn and I really wanted to use it, so I made some mittens. They actually turned out really nice. I think they fit. They feel like they're gonna be nice and warm in the winter, and I love the yarn that I used. It's got a little bit of pink speckling in there. It's like subtle, but I really love that. And then I also made a balaclava. This is also hand spun yarn and I dyed it as well. I'm not gonna try it on for you, I'm sorry, but it goes like this and it has ties at the bottom which tightens the face area. And you know, I look a little funny in it, but when it's wintertime and it's freezing, I don't really care. I also really love how the yarn crocheted up. It's almost kind of stripy. I think it's really pretty. And that's all I've crocheted so far this year. And now I'm gonna get into dyeing. So I dyed yarn for the first time ever this year. This is like a single ply merino wool. And I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just experimenting and I really like how they turned out. They're green. They have a little bit of purple in there, some blue. And then I crocheted up some samples right here of how they look when they are crocheted up. I think they actually look so cool, but this is kind of a color that I don't wear very often. So I'm not sure what to do with this yarn, but it is really pretty. And then, like I said, I dyed this yarn on the balaclava. I actually dyed the roving and I dyed one brown and one like bluish green, spun it all up, plied them together, and then crocheted it. Some other dyeing that I've done, this skein right here, I dyed the dark color, like a charcoal gray, to ply up with this really pretty pastel yarn. And then I dyed a single ply yarn blue, like a darker blue, and then plied it up with a really pretty colored yarn that has brown, green, purple, some blue in there as well. And you can't really see it, but up here, I will insert some clips. I did some natural dyeing with holy basil and calendula. Those are my samples. I'm definitely going to be redoing the calendula. I've been collecting it from my garden all summer and I have so much dried calendula now. So I will be dyeing with the calendula soon. And I've been saving avocado pits to dye as well. I'm very excited about that because avocado pits dye things pink and I cannot wait to see how that looks. And then I did a little bit of cyanotype this summer, which was the first time I've ever done that as well. If you don't know what cyanotyping is, it's two powders that you mix with water and then you mix the liquid together. You paint it on fabric or paper, whatever you want, and then you can place things on top of that, say it's fabric, and then put it into the sun and it'll expose the fabric with the help of the UV rays, and anything that's placed on top of the fabric will not be exposed. So an example is this. This is just a little sample that I did. You can see that I placed objects over here and how they came out. And then this is another one that I did with a bunch of leaves and flowers. And then I have another one, which I have filmed this whole process and it's a video that will come out later, but it's a shirt, which I also sewed. So this actually goes into the sewing category and cyanotyping, but I cyanotyped this fabric and then I made it into a shirt. There's all types of things on here. I think I want to do some embroidery on it, so it's not quite done, but I'll show you the back. I did a little lingerie moment, some lace. I really wanted to experiment with that and see how it turned out, and I love it. I think it's really funky. It's a funky shirt, that's for sure, but it's really comfortable. The fabric is made out of linen and rayon, I believe. It's really light. I don't even know what kind of shirt this is. It has no buttons or anything. It was a weird pattern, like really weird. It turned out okay. It reminds me of like something you would wear to cover yourself up when you're like painting or working with something messy. And I'm not really sure how I'm gonna wear this or when, but I really like it. And recently I got into spinning in July and I have spun up so much yarn. I just love the process. It's just the best. So these were my first two. So cute. They're like so tiny. I think they're like 30 grams or something, very small. This was my third one that I did. I believe the roving was Malabrigo and I applied it together. Love the colors here. They're so beautiful. And then I did this one. This is what the mittens were made out of. It is brown and white. The brown one was roving, and then I spun it up with just like a single ply white yarn that I did not spin up. I actually had bought for dyeing, but I've been using it to ply up with some of my hand spun yarn, and it's working out really well. These are my 8th and 9th spin. It was a beautiful pastel roving that was merino and mulberry silk, and then I plied it up with a gray single ply yarn that I dyed. And these are 10 and 11. I dyed up the blue single ply yarn and plied it with a multicolored beautiful yarn that was 100% BFL wool, I believe. Oh, I love these so much. They're so stunning. I love how they turned out, and I got so much of it. Like, these are the longest and heaviest skeins that I have made so far. My 12th yarn, I did a really weird one. So I blended some little bits of fiber on my blending board, but I had some trouble spinning it up. It wouldn't draft nice. So I was getting a lot of like slubs and big parts that just didn't look smooth. So I just went with it and decided to add a whole bunch of slubs to it. And then I plied it up with just white single ply yarn. It's kind of like an art yarn, you could call it. And then my 13th spin right here. Oh, I love this one so much. So this is plied with just a single ply white yarn that I did not spin, but the colors in it, I dyed the roving pink, purple, blue, and like a mint color. And then I blended them on a blending board and then spun it up and then plied that with the white yarn. And I love this yarn. It's just so beautiful. And that is so far all I have spun up. And I'm working on one over here as well. I'll show you what the roving looks like. It's gorgeous, so beautiful. I'm obsessed. And this is 70% merino wool and 30% tussa silk. Tussa silk is from wild silkworms. I've really been enjoying spinning yarn. It is definitely my favorite thing to do right now, and I'm having so much fun with it. I love the process. I love everything about it. And let's get into cross stitch, which is another thing I've been really loving this summer. I really got into it in May, and I think I've made a decent amount of things already, and I just love it so much. It is my go-to night craft right now. So when I'm sitting around winding down for bed, I am usually cross stitching. I usually spend a few hours doing it. It's just the best. I really love it. So the first thing that I ever made was some morning glories. I'll pop in a clip here because it's currently hanging on the wall behind me and it's all framed up. I thrifted that kit for like $2.99 or something. I didn't know how to cross stitch. It was like a year and a half ago. And then I was taking a flight and I was like, I need to bring something on the flight to do. So I decided to learn how to cross stitch, and that was it. I fell in love. I love it so much. After I did the morning glories, I finished this one. This is a pigeon looking into a puddle. I will link these patterns below if you want to see them because I can't quite remember who did them, but I believe this one was called Pigeon and Puddle. I love it. I love pigeons and doves. Those are my favorite genre of birds. They're just so sweet to me, and I love them so much. So a little pigeon, there's some flowers, so cute. And this one also hanging on my wall is the third cross stitch that I finished. It says Crafty Bitch on it, and it's got a hot glue gun. It's done in like a traditional American tattoo style. I love it. I had to buy this. It was a kit. I saw it and I don't know, it was screaming at me, especially since it's purple, and I love the color purple. It is my favorite color. So this one was really fun and just a really nice palette cleanser, if you will, between projects. I then recently just finished this. It is called the Sewing Tomato. It took me a while to finish it. There was a lot of color switching on the border here with the leaves and the buttons, but I love how it turned out. This is hand-dyed fabric. I honestly thought the pattern was going to take up this entire thing, so that's why I started in the middle, and now I have a whole bunch of extra fabric on the sides, but it's okay. I think I can cut it and use that fabric for something else, but this was my 4th project that I finished, and then this one would be my 5th. It's so cute. It's a moth. This one is called Summer Solstice, and it's inspired by Japanese festivals in the summer. It was originally a crochet tapestry pattern that I had bought, but I had never made it yet, and I converted it to cross stitch. It was so easy to do. Another little cute, fun palette cleanser between projects. And I guess I can show you what I'm currently working on, because these will be finished this year, technically. This one is a cottage with flowers growing up it, and it's gonna have 2 doves that are sitting on the roof here, and it's just a beautiful pattern. It is so beautiful. It's also huge. This is the biggest one I've ever made in my life. Here's what it looks like. The pattern has pink flowers, but I decided to change them to purple because, you know, I love purple, and I really love how the purple is turning out. Actually, I think it looks amazing. This one's been so much fun, but I've actually been taking a break from it, and I've been working on something else, which I'll show you right now, and that is this. Well, it's a jar of pickles, and I did the measurements, and I thought this would be a little bit smaller than what it is looking like. Right now it's looking comically large, like really big pickle. I counted from this bottom stitch to the bottom stitch on the pattern, and it's gonna be really close to the edge, like right below the edge. I was actually making this for another project. I think I wanted to incorporate it onto a project bag for cross stitch and just like sew it on there like patchwork, but I don't really know what I'm gonna do now. It might work out, it might not, but I'm working on this. This is kind of my, like I said, palette cleanser, taking a break from the cottage, and it's been nice, but I don't know how I feel about it right now. I'm just unsure. And then there's embroidery. I got a little bit into embroidery this year. This is a little pansy that I did. This was a kit, and yeah, it's cute. I don't know what to do with it. I'm gonna put it on something eventually, like a little patch, but this was the first one that I've ever done. And then this was also a kit. It's so badly finished. Don't say a word. I don't wanna hear it. Here it is. It's so cute. It's got mushrooms and some moons. I bought this so long ago, like almost, I don't even know, 3 to 4 years ago or something. I bought the kit before I even knew anything about embroidery. I decided to pick it up this year and I finished it. It's nice. And then I also made a bike, which was also a kit. I don't have it with me currently. I don't know where it is, but I will put up on the screen what it looks like. That one was fun. And yeah, I kind of went into embroidery and I was liking it. I was really enjoying it. And then I started cross stitching and then I was like, oh my God, I love cross stitching. So I had a whole bunch of embroidery floss, and of course with cross stitch, you use embroidery floss. So I was pretty much set on that, and I haven't done any embroidery after that. I don't know, I just think I love the structure of cross stitch. I just think it's so fun. I love the counting of it. I love everything about it. I'm not totally done with embroidery. I will be doing some of it on that shirt I made with the cyanotype, and I'm sure I'll get into it eventually whenever I want to add a little bit of embellishments to things. I don't know, but I'm really liking cross stitch a little bit more than embroidery. That's all that I have made this year. I'm sure I'm missing some things here and there, but that is all I could gather and remember. And I'm always working on new things all the time. My life revolves around making things. That is what brings me the most joy in life. That is something I'm really passionate about, is working with my hands, creating things, and I'm definitely not gonna be stopping anytime soon. So if you wanna watch me make more things, go ahead and subscribe. That would be awesome. Also give this video a like. That really helps me out. Let me know in the comments what craft or project that you're working on that is just feeding your soul right now. Please tell me all about it. I wanna know. And I just wanna thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.